The content provided in this presentation is for entertainment and informational purposes only, and does not constitute trading or investment advice, recommendation, or endorsement. Financial market trading carries a high level of risk and may not be suitable for all investors. You could lose more than your initial investment. Always conduct your own research and consult with a qualified financial advisor before making any trading or investment decisions. You are solely responsible for your trading actions and their outcomes.
And a very good morning. Welcome to Sigma FX live stream. It's Tuesday, the 9th of June. Is that correct? Welcome to another happy day on the trading floor here at Sigma FX. We will have a look at the news and we'll look at Bitcoin. What is happening with Bitcoin? Colossal drop over the last few weeks and hitting an all-time low for some time. Looking back in the charts, we'll have a look at that. We'll also have a look at what's happening on Forex trading today, see if we can get any trades today. It was a quiet day yesterday. I did get in long a couple of times on Euro USD, but out for break even both times. It just wasn't moving to target, so it got to the point where it was time to just get out, and we got out for break even. There was some profit on the table which was given up and with the confidence of going to the original target, but it relaxed again. It was just in a bit of a range, So let's have a look at the news. First of all, we'll see what is happening on the news front today. So looking at Baby Pip's economic calendar for today, we've already had most of our high impact news for today. We've got United States news at 3 PM London time. Existing home sales report is coming out at 3 PM, so we'll be careful on the dollar today. If you have any rules on your prop accounts, and it's also a good idea just to stay away during news, as you can't anticipate what the way the market might go, or can you? That's the question. I like to keep out, because anytime I think I know, it goes against what my belief is, so it's too dangerous. So, if you're sensible, you're only ever trying to get the sensible moves in trading rather than the crazy big and more unpredictable moves. Probability. Go with the probabilities. Okay, just also a reminder as well, do remember to enter our amazing giveaway. We have 2026 Mexican pesos in line with our World Cup competition. So it's a sweepstakes. If we reach our 1,000 subscribers goal, we will draw that prize during the World Cup final half time. If we're still to reach it, we'll continue it on until we do. So let's get it over and done with, guys. Like and subscribe. Do please click the bell, click the thumbs up, and get us up to 1,000 subscribers, and do enter the competition. There's a few tasks to be done. There's a code word to be entered each day. If you didn't get yesterday's code word, have a look at what yesterday's code word was on the stream. You'll need to watch it to find it. I will be doing another code word today. We're doing 2 streams today though. So we've got this stream at 7 till 8. At 8 o'clock I'm going to join Will Davies in the Discord on Apex Brotherhood. The link is in the description for joining Apex Brotherhood. We're going to have a look at the markets together on Discord, and then I'll be back at 9 o'clock to continue trading, hopefully. Get some trades in today on a nice easy, news-free Tuesday morning. Let's see if we can lock some profits in. That'll be till about 10:30 this morning. I've got to go out, I've got a surveyor to meet to get a valuation done, so I'll be out for most of the morning, so I'll keep my trades safe, but I'll be back and maybe have a look at and see what's going on at New York time. I do have some other tasks to do as well. Today, what do we have? Donald Trump mainly tweeting since yesterday about domestic endorsements of politics for the midterm elections. A little bit of market moving news yesterday, but we're 19 hours since that occurred. Since he said both sides, Israel and Iran, are looking to do an immediate ceasefire. Final negotiations on peace are proceeding subject to ignorance or stupidity getting in its way. The blockade will remain in place and in full force in effect until a final deal is reached. Things should move quickly. Thank you for your attention to this matter. President Donald J. Trump. A little bit spiking in the markets yesterday. After that, Israel and Iran, for the first time in a couple of months, exchanging missile fire. What do we have on first squawk? Let's have a look and see if we can get a look at first squawk as opposed to that's first squawk. Okay, so on first squawk we have anything happening. Tends to be a flurry of activity if there's anything significant. Otherwise it's just a lot of financial news. Is there anything in amongst that? Oh, there was an earthquake in the Philippines. It's pretty horrendous for the Filipinos down in Mindanao Island. Something like a 9 on the Richter scale, which is significant. Just having a look through. Pilots who went down near the Strait of Hormuz are safe. So there's also been another American aircraft shot down by the Iranians, or an accident, one of the two. See any more news on the pilot shot down. 2 crew members were rescued safely after US Army Apache helicopter crashed near the Strait of Hormuz on Monday. Chinese exports climb as AI boom fuels trade. Yeah, I think, is it today that we have the SpaceX IPO severely overvalued, or is it open more than it normally would be to private investors? So are they going for the moonshot, get people's money in? Is it a pump and dump? We'll see what happens. I don't think I'll be putting any money into SpaceX based on those valuations, but you never know. Speculate to accumulate, but that's all it is. I think there's no evidence that the valuation is anything reflecting what the current abilities and profits, which there are none so far, but it's future value, future projects. World Cup, we don't have any matches today. Do remember and join the 5%ers on their World Trading Championship. You can predict the matches. I've already got my Mexico, South Africa prediction locked in for Thursday. So do join that. The link is in the description. And also do remember and join our competition. So we have the Sigma FX Trading World Cup World Football giveaway. Chance to win 2026 Mexican pesos, CAD or USD, depending on how many subscribers we have on the 19th of July 2026 World Cup final day, and if we don't reach the 1,000 subscribers, come on, that's easy to do, guys. Click the like, get us up to 1,000. Click the subscribe, click the notifications, because more chances to win. There's new code words every day. Do enter, do follow the tasks, look out for today's code word. Visit me on YouTube, Instagram, the Apex Brotherhood, and also Rebel Trader. Evan Board, the Rebel Trader. Give his a site a look. It's interesting stuff. And if you do all of these, you get 10 extra entries. So please join, and please do the tasks. And good luck to everybody out there. Okay, that's all the news I'm going to look at for today. What we will do is go back to here and like and subscribe. Okay, so the title of the thumbnail today is Crypto Finished? Is Bitcoin in trouble? What are your thoughts on that? Let's bring up the Bitcoin chart. I do trade a little bit of Bitcoin, did get caught out on that extraordinary fall the other day. Looked like it was going back up, and I got caught in the reversal, which wasn't a reversal. Did I deserve to be stopped? Probably. Did I deserve to take the stop I did? Probably not. But well, I did deserve it because I set it. But it was too wide. It took too much. Right, let's have a look. We'll go to that one. Yeah, that's the right chart. That's Bitcoin. Right, good. Let's get the glasses on for this. So, looking at Bitcoin, we can see we've had this huge drop here, so let's put a fib on that. Let's put a fib on it. Is it finished? That's the question. Is it finished going down? It certainly looks to be rejecting this level. So we've got a nice fib there. It's already not quite got back to the 23 on the fib. So could it still continue down? Well, yes. But what are the other indicators telling us it's doing? Let's have a look. We're on the 4-hour chart at the moment. So, colossal drop. Little bit of relaxation here. What is the MACD telling us, first of all? Well, the MACD is telling us it's reached a very extreme point here and it's going back up. If we looked at the previous chart, it has been down. There has been previous drops, and these drops will line up with these big drops here, here. What happens after? We do get some relaxation. It's certainly not covering the ground it's dropped by. So if it is relaxing, it's probably not finished yet. We've broken this low here with that last drop. What's our histogram telling us? The histogram's still saying, well, histogram's telling us we're up at the moment because the lines crossed on this low, and we've got a nice fairly even channel going up. So it's still pushing up. It still wants to go up for the moment, but what's the higher time frames telling us? So on the 4-hour chart, I'm saying we're up. Is that my overall bias? Let's see what the deeper trend is telling us. Over time, well, we're down on the monthly, as we can see. Not quite closed through this bolly band on the bottom. Plus we've got flaring on the monthly indicating there's still pressure to the downside. We filled that gap here. That must have been, it was that January to February when the war started. Yeah, that's February's candle there. So we're down in the monthly and momentum is down, and we're down looking at the still not adjusted the, let's see if I can do that just now, just quickly adjust the screen so you can see more of my chart. If I can find the actual window that I'm looking at. Where is it? There it is. Okay. Let's see if I can do this. What is it? Alt to drag it. Oh no, that's actually just moving it. 1 second. That's it. Okay. Right, so is that a little bit better? Yeah, we'll go with that. We'll go with that. I moved it slightly to the left there. Okay, 1 second. Yeah, that looks better, doesn't it? Okay, we're happier with that. Do we want to go up and avoid the logo, or down? I think we'll do it at that. Will I move myself? Let's have a look. Okay, what is happening here? I'll just move myself. Well, that looks alright. I'll do it, sir. Okay, right, we're good. Right, I'm in the bottom corner now. Right out the way of the chart. You've got more visible. Okay, we're doing okay. Good. Right, so the RSI is down as well. MACD's down, so monthly is down. What is the weekly telling us? Well, it's telling us it's turning down too. It's down, but it's been to extreme on the RSI, as we can see at the bottom here. So there is a little bit of reversal back into going up again, but it's still down for the moment. So we're down, monthly and daily. We're down as well. Sorry, monthly and weekly. This is the daily. We're down on the daily as well. It's still continuing down. We're getting a little bit of convergence here on the RSI. Sorry, the MACD lines. Our histogram is showing a lower low, but it's going up at the moment. So it's wanting to turn. It's not turned yet. It's turned here on the RSI. It's not turned on the MACD, but it is in progress. It's also at the bottom of the volley and gone back in. So I'm saying we're up. So we're turning up. We're in the process of turning up on the daily. And as we know, we've already turned up on the H4. So I would say we're still down overall on the, because we're down. But we're relaxing a little bit. Might want to come back up this candle here to cover last week before we continue down. But yeah, okay, so we're up today. So are we getting this retrace up to the 23 and then potentially the 38 here, or whatever way round you want to look at it? Or is it going to continue down? Do we have any targets down the way? Not for a while. It doesn't even show where it was last. So, well, there's some targets there, but is it going to go down to this region here? Well, these lows are in line with the 127. So that's, if we're continuing down as we are in the deep trend, that's probably our next target, the 53,500 roughly, and amongst that area, 53,000 at these lows. That's probably where it's aiming for, but is it going directly there? Well, we know it's not, because it's already going up today in the moment. So we're up in the H4. Does that give us any targets for today if we're trading Bitcoin? Yeah, we might get a little bit of movement here in this sort of zone down to that central pivot range and the fair value gap here. Are we up on the hour? Well, the MACD is telling us we've crossed and we're turning up. The RSI is telling us we're up, so we're up. It's RSI sitting at 66, so there's relative strength to the upside. It's just touched the kind of oversold area here, and it's not looking like it's wanting to come back to the middle, though it normally does. So it normally doesn't just cross the 50 and keep going, although it did here. Always wants to kind of come back, bounce off it or touch it again, come back and cross back down again. So certainly up for now. It's not a strong move. Let's see what the target could be to the upside. Well, we've got this high here, which is also the daily high. We've got yesterday's daily high here, and we've got R1 above, which is also in line with the actual retrace of 23. So if this fib that we've drawn on here on the H4 is retracing, then the 23 is our first target before we get a reaction. I tried for it here. Is it close enough? Kind of is. Be interesting to put a fib on this low, so it took that. Anyway, I think we're up for now. I would target the 23 here. So a nice target, and let's draw something on it so we can come back to this and have a look. We'll just put a thumbs up on the chart. That's where I want it to go. Up to here. And if we're wrong, where are we going to indicate that we're wrong? We'll do a thumbs down. This is probably, I don't want a green thumbs down, I want a red thumbs down. Let's get a red thumbs down. Where do we want to be out? I should be just putting arrows on. I think if it comes any lower than that, than the thumb, where the thumb is, then I think we don't want it to come back to this low here. I would say we're definitely wrong after it goes lower there. But for the moment, it's looking like it wants to go up here. So let's have a look at that in the second half. Bitcoin does move fast. Is that enough time to get up there by the time we come back at 9 AM? Probably not, but we can see what it does. I'm back tomorrow as well, so do join us again. Just do click notifications and see when we're on and when we're streaming. It is dependent a little bit around my work, and it also is dependent a little bit around where other commitments and my interest in joining the Apex Brotherhood on the Discord, where there's a lot of valuable information in there that is not necessarily shared on screen here. So what we'll do is we will have a look at Bitcoin. Let's have a look on the cycles of Bitcoin as well. Let me just get the Bitcoin ticker here. The computer's going very, very slow this morning, so apologise for that. I think it's because my computer's doing all the work of the streaming. I'm doing the computer's doing the streaming as opposed to like an online thing. So BTC is BTC-USD or BTC futures, Bitcoin futures. Let's go for BTC USD. 1 second, I'll just try and get my cycle scanner up. I'll just share the screen with you so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so this is cycles.org. I am a member of the Foundation for the Study of Cycles. So let's see if I can get this to work. BTC USD. I'm trying to look. Oh, there's BTC dash USD, and that's on Yahoo Finance. That's our sort of live feeds we'll use. Right. Okay. There's our Bitcoin chart. This is our price action right up until today, which is good. So as you can see, we're now revisiting this rangey zone here, and these are the lows I was telling you about. So let's have a look and apply some logic to our analysis here. For some reason, oh, it's normally got a. I should have prepared this in advance. Normally, there's on the cycle spectrum here, there's indicators that let you know the stability of the cycle. This is basically cycles and days down here that the algorithm on the cycle scanner is scanning for. So as we know, the market moves in cycles, so what we want to find is the significant cycles like this one, this one, this one, and apply them. Sometimes they're harmonics of each other. So that one is at the top of the chart there. It's a cycle of 267 days in length, and as you can see, it's got a nice smooth round peak. There is a definite peak, you know, it's not just like this, which is like a false hill, a false, what would you call it, a false summit. That might not have as much significance as like these ones that have definitive peaks. So there's definitely a cycle being identified in there. Sometimes it's a year, 267 days is not a year, but it's possibly related to the halving cycle and things with Bitcoin. Right, so I've clicked that. That's applied the 267-day cycle, which we can see that the low here, the amplitude of this wave is not representative of the amplitude of the price movement. So don't think that this is going to be an ultimate low. And as we can see there isn't really a low that lines up with that. It's kind of in the middle of an up move from here to here. But there is a low here, which happened most of the way into that down move, give or take. I mean, we're only talking about a month there, so cycles are not really about timing, they're about rhyming. It's a window rather than a timing tool. It provides you information about probabilities as opposed to exact timing or exact amplitude. But as we can see here, it roughly follows the price action. It'll become, because there's all these different cycles at play, once we put them on top of each other, it'll show us a little bit more. You can see that there's a peak there, and it shows that we're in a topping cycle now. So is that an early drop? Because it has kind of topped from this low here to here. Is the timing off? Because we've had this colossal drop here. So let's just add in some of the more better looking cycles. We've got the 84-day cycle here. Let's pop that on. So that changes it significantly. As I see, you know, this seems to be following the price action a little closer. Obviously, the more you apply, if you were to apply all of them, it would follow the price action precisely, which we don't want to do. We want to choose the best of the best, the most stable, and I don't know why is my line and the lines on my chart disappeared. Let's see if we can get that back. I can't remember how to change what's visible in the chart. I don't want to mess around with it whilst I'm online and on air. So we can see we're after applying that cycle, we're approaching the topping cycle here. As we follow the chart, the colours of the colours, as you can see, the 2 cycle numbers and at the top middle of the chart there are both in red after this point here, and at this point here it depends on whether it's approaching the peak, or if it's in an up cycle, or if it's in a down cycle. And as we see, as we move here, it does change as we can see that we're anticipating we're continuing pretty much down from this peak here, which is in the window of towards the end of this month. So it's suggesting we're in an up cycle still until the end of this month, although the price action's clearly dropped. As I say, it's not timing, it's rhyming, and looks like we're heading down, and that's as far as it goes. And that is just a projection of a continuation of this cycle. So you can do it, you can set it so that it only considers, say, price action from this point past, and it'll still do the projection for what was the future then, and you can see how that how close that actually marries up with the actual price action. As I say, just because the chart's gone up to a high here, that just tells us that there's a high anticipated, not necessarily, because this is a higher high, it doesn't necessarily mean the price action will be a higher high, if you know what I mean. So keeping an eye on the time. Let's see if we can add another cycle into this. We don't want to add any more than, say, 3 or 4. That one's looking nice. It's nice shoulders on that one. So that's us got our three cycles in. The 32, which is obviously a monthly cycle if it's around about 30 days long. And add that in. Does it change it significantly? It does alter it slightly, but we'll leave it there. So we have been in a small down cycle here, and it does look like we're going into, for the remainder of June to the turn of the month, into an up cycle, and then we're down and we're down. So we should still be in this up cycle here. I mean, that's like a pretty low valley there, but the price action showed it's a big valley here. So we might get some relaxation on the price to the upside as we come into this up cycle here, and then we're down, and sharply so. Doesn't necessarily reflect what the price will do, but we do have so that would be July and August. July and August will pretty much have a down cycle. So we've got 3 weeks to see if we get relaxation on this price action down, and then we're probably looking at a couple of months of downwards move. What you find as well is if the overall trend, if the deep trend is down and you enter a down cycle on the cycle scanner, the movement tends to be more down or stronger, more bearish. Whereas if we were in an uptrend, which we're not in Bitcoin at the moment, we're in a downtrend. If we were in an uptrend on Bitcoin and you get a down cycle, that tends to translate into more consolidation. So a down cycle move on top of a down trend on the deep trend is more than likely to is more likely to be shown as a more of a move to the downside. But we do have these lows here on the price which need broken, but this could possibly be the time that would happen. A little bit of relaxation for September by the looks of it, and then not for long. There's maybe a 2 or 3 week period in September where we're then back into another down cycle towards the end of August. It's October, sorry. So that's the outlook on cycles. They are updating this scanner to have it more algorithmically self-select the most relevant cycles based on stability and I've had a complete brain fog moment based on stability and strength. Is that strength? No, I can't remember. I can't remember what the two things are. But basically, and also there's a cyclic RSI tool available as well, which I will try to bring up the next time I do this. So that's how our cycles are looking on Bitcoin. Any questions, please do drop them in the chat. It's I do like looking at Bitcoin. I think it's changing. Seems to be, I was going to say, becoming more stable, but it's, it's now not just a case of hold or hodl, buy it and stick with it. Although, you keep a close eye on what Michael Saylor's doing. I think he sold Bitcoin, then bought Bitcoin as it dropped. Well, sold. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I would follow MicroStrategy strategy on their Bitcoin dealings. Sometimes what I'm looking at on the charts and seeing is almost as if there's not the analysts are not looking at the same things as me. If you look at the cycles, which I think are important, if you look at things, just even the basic indicators that we looked at in the chart earlier, sometimes it's not really telling you that that's the right strategy to be taken at that point in time to buy or sell. It's clearly, yeah, okay, perfect. Right, what else are we going to look at today? That was interesting. I like looking at Bitcoin. I'm feeling low energy today. I'm sorry if I'm seem to be coming across as a little bit tired, which I am. I am tired. I was doing an interview last night with Will Davies from the Fivers, but he's also one of the founders from the Apex Brotherhood, and for some reason I thought we were just going on to chat about a new idea or something. I'm not sure, but I had agreed last week to do an interview, like an endorsement type interview. What would you call it? Something, yeah, endorsement, or as an Apex Brotherhood trader. and it was interesting to see. It kind of caught me out because I was ready to go to my bed. I just thought, right, I'll just quickly jump on, see what's going on, and it caught me out with, right, okay, we'll just start with the first question. I'm not giving you the questions. We'll just roll with it. Are you ready? I was like, hang on a second. I didn't know I was here for this, and I know you'd been trying to get a chance to catch up with me, but it was lost in communication that's what we were doing at that time. So it was done anyway. A little bit of distraction on the questions, as I wasn't prepared for it. So a little bit of waffling on, but as you'll know from listening to this stream, and if you ever watched me when I was on Apex Brotherhood, I do like to waffle on. That's the executive dysfunction coming through, not taking the task in hand. So we do have in the chat, we've got Jay Blogs. Jay, looking good. Let's go. Appreciated. It's good to have some company as we build the channel. We're only on our second stream today. We're going to have our third stream today as well, because I'm having a break for an hour. I'll be back at 10 o'clock. New colour scheme looks good. Yeah, appreciated. Cheers. This is my cyclical scanner. I don't know if you've just jumped on, but the cyclical scanner provided by the Foundation for the Study of Cycles, who have just had their New York Cycles in the City event last weekend in New York. They got in ahead of the World Cup starting. Originally planned it for during the World Cup, then realised maybe not a great idea. So they had their annual event. Well, it has been an annual event because they had one last year as well in New York, where guys like Larry Williams, John Bollinger were both guest speakers. I would love to have gone. And meet Mr. Bollinger, because I love my Bollinger bands. So, inventor of the Bollinger band. And Lars von Tienen and Dr. Richard Smith, who are both fantastic advocates of cycles, following on the work of Dewey, who started the Foundation for the Study of Cycles back in must have been the early 1900s. So, fantastic organisation. It's a charitable foundation as well, and they provide this fantastic app. And as I say, there is other upgrades to be coming on it, which give us a good insight, because everything is cyclical. You know, the world is cyclical, from the mating of flies to moon cycles to tides to sunspots to the days and nights. Cycles translate into everything. We can't avoid it, and because humans are in charge of the financial trading in the background and drive what happens, we might be away from actually trading as the algos and bots take over, but they're still, what these bots have got to accomplish is still driven by what humans are accomplishing on the earth in terms of us living our daily lives. So cycles will always come into it, and that's why they're so important, even for Bitcoin, which is at the forefront of new electronic currencies. So what's looking good today? Well, we're just looking at Bitcoin. I'm looking for longs. I reckon it might relax a little bit on the chart here. Expecting it possibly to come back to this CPR central pivot range here, take out this fair value gap, and likely come higher. We're slightly concerned about this daily high here. and the previous daily high here, but there's certainly room to the upside. For the moment, deep trends telling us down, but our H4, H1 are currently saying we're wanting to go up. So we're long on that. I don't have a trade on because I don't trade crypto on this account that this chart is on. So I'll have a look after this stream. So what else is looking good? I've not really looked. What we'll do is we'll have a quick swatch through the markets, through the Forex side of things, see if anything is catching my eye today. Yesterday was a kind of a damp squid, or damp squib. I like to say camp squid. Yesterday was a camp squid, but it was actually a damp squib. I used to say that all the time when we were working. People would look at me and say, wonder whether to correct me or not. Anyway, so thanks for dropping in, Jay. It is good to have you on, and do remember to like and subscribe. Let's have a look and see what is going on. So that was Bitcoin. So we've broken down Bitcoin. Let's have a look. We'll just have a quick carousel through all the main Forex pairs. So we'll start with Aussie dollar. We'll look at the 4 hour. Okay, so I'm instantly liking that for longs. However, yeah, that to me is saying long just on that one snapshot there. Why am I saying that? I'm saying that because we've got a nice, let's just scrunch it up a little bit. What I like to do is look at my MACD. That kind of gives me my first idea. Looking at my MACD here, the extremes of when the moving averages on this MACD in particular, it doesn't do the same amplitudes on other MACDs for whatever reason. I don't know what's behind it. I just know what works, and do I have to understand it? I think it's always better to understand it, but at the moment, all I can say is when it reaches these lows, which I think we can agree here it has, and it turns, which it appears to be doing, although I wouldn't say that's a confirmed cross. You've got, that's crossed 5 candles ago. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 candles ago we've had a cross, so we have crossed. We're heading to the 50 here, so we need to be a little bit careful that it's going to come back to, again, just the same as Bitcoin. We're trading 2 different assets against the dollar, and it does look like we're going to get this relaxation before going higher. Both are above the central pivot range. Both are targeting the R1 resistance level here, but because it's come to here and it's crossing at a low on the H4, and it's an extreme low or an extreme high, in this case a low, I would be happy that we're going to get that reversal there. So I suppose is it a reversal trade? Yeah, it is, because we're in a down move, consolidation down move. So we're looking for reversal, and we're probably looking for reversal into this lovely fair value gap here between R1 and R2. ADR high also in that zone. If we put a fib on it, I'm saying we're going to do a carousel of all the main Forex pairs when I'm now starting to break down Aussie dollar, because it's got my attention as something I'd like to look at. So yeah, that drop in that fib, well, we'll do it after the consolidation. We'll take that high. Yeah, I suppose we can say it's taking the 23, the 38 would be right in the middle of that fair value gap, and the 50 is right on the R2, and there's another fair value gap in there. So both nice targets above. So if we are going long, which it's looking, just looking at the H4 long, then some nice targets there. do we have the courage to take them? Let's have a look. First of all, what the time frames above are doing. H4 gives me my idea. That's the idea now. We're looking for longs. We're looking for nice longs up into here. We're looking for nice longs after it potentially relaxes into here, but I'd be happy to get in here and get a second entry in if it does decide to come back into what is an imbalance being formed by the current candle. So, potential 40 pips. It goes higher to the 50, conservative 50 pips. So, yeah, you could have, you could do a couple of targets, maybe 20 pips just short of the fair value gap, because it does tend to not take it the first time it tries, which is potentially this one here. So maybe this is the second attempt. So yeah, a couple of targets there. Higher time frames. What we're looking at here. So monthly is turning down the way. It is down. That's kind of RSI still and sitting at 60. So it's turning down, but it's maybe not finished going up yet. But it's down. What's our? But it's kind of ranging. I would say it's more neutral, to be honest. How's our Aussie looking on the strengths? Aussie's kind of meandering, doing nothing, and dollar's heading down. So it's the dollar going down that's going to give us our up move rather than the Aussie going up at the moment. Yeah, the Aussie's pretty much following the dollar, so there is a potential that strength-wise and momentum-wise on these two, we're not going to get the movement we're needing at the moment. And certainly it's coming up for London Open, so I suppose it's a natural time for things just to settle down for a bit. But I think before I take an entry, I need to wait on it moving. Dollar is relaxing a little bit strength-wise. It looks like we're going to get that little relaxation to the downside on our on the price before we get our entry. So I'm happy to just let that run. I'm not even going to put a pending order. I'll wait till it goes down, then turn again. So weeklies, that's certainly down. So monthlies down, but kind of neutral. Weeklies down. Daily is down as well, but we've almost been into the oversold here. The histogram is starting to go up on the current candle. Wait till that current candle is finished before we get a definitive on that. Still showing us down for the moment, but it's certainly indicating it's turning. So I'm not saying that's down. I'm saying that's turning. H4, we know what that was doing. H1, as we said. Excuse me. So H1 is telling us that we are up, continuing up, but as I said, the strengths are showing us they're both doing the same thing. We're not getting much price movement, so it's much less attractive to trade now that I've gone a little bit deeper into it. The H4 was looking like a nice turn, and it still will be, or potentially can be, a nice option there to trade it. But for the moment, we're just getting this consolidation. Is it likely to move out of here? Not with the strength we're seeing. The dollar is getting a bit of relaxation and strength just now, so we're going to get pushed down into here, potentially get pushed back down into here, but then that takes these lows out, which then makes us have to reevaluate what we're doing. Are we going to get a push right down to here? Then we're completely wrong. You know, If it breaks these lows, then we're wrong. So we need to see, is it coming back into here? This central pivot range here. If it gets down below these lows, actually, I want to see it show a definite turn after doing what it's doing just now. And if it does that, could we get an entry back here? You know, you've got 20 pips to these highs. If it's not moving though, then I wouldn't be targeting any higher than R1, even though we've got these nice attractive targets up here, which potentially will happen in time, but it's not looking like that is going to be anytime soon. So let's draw something on here just to remember what I said. So we think it's going to come down to here, and we think it's going to go, oops, moving that line, or what was that line? I'll just delete it. So it was a daily line we drew yesterday. Let's get a up to here would be good, and potentially back down to there and up to the 50. So potentially looking for it to do that, but as I say, there's absolutely no strength or momentum in these, and I suppose that's been since market open yesterday. So that will be that. Right, well, it's been very good having you guys on this morning. I appreciate you joining me and clicking that like, getting the subscription in. Do enter the giveaway, and hopefully we'll see you again at 9 o'clock. I'm just popping away for an hour onto the Apex Brotherhood Discord to check out the charts on there. Do consider joining and maybe see you on there. So we'll catch you in an hour. Look forward to it. Cheers guys. Bye bye now.